Hey you all, muscle hi to fellow dressmakers. You're welcome to another interesting tutorial. My name is Confidence. In this video, as you already seen, we'll be making this cute reversible pinafore peplum blouse. So if you're interested in something like this, make sure you watch this video to the very end, and I can assure you that this is as simple as you never thought it is. So let's go. You can use any fabric of choice, but make sure you're using two colors because you're making reversible, right? So I'll be using these two African prints that you see here. By the way,
Hello, you don't even know my name, but I am happy you came by.
so you can choose to do this freehand method, but I have my basic pattern drafted with my measurements here. And as you can see, I drafted both for the front and then the back. You will see the armhole that will be going to the back and the one for the front, even though we will not be needing it. And if you're wondering what that line there, that 2 inches line that I have upward, that would be for the band, but we'll be cutting it out later. Now what you will do is to go ahead and close this dart here. It's not a must that you include that in your pattern if you want to draft your pattern, but this is a basic pattern like I said before. So I'll go ahead and close the dart with this tape here, and then after closing it, you will see that this line here now is no longer straight. So I'll go ahead and use my curve to make it straight, having it in mind that we will be using 2 inches for the band, right? So I'll cut it off and then know that I'll be using 2 inches for the band. And then the next thing I'll do is at this shoulder tip, go ahead and come in by 1.5. It's not compulsory, you can decide to leave the shoulder like that, but I want to come in by 1.5 from mine, and then I'll connect it to that dart. We already closed the dart, right? Go ahead and connect it from that 1.5 at the shoulder to this dart here to have something like this. Another way you can choose to do this is to divide your waist circumference by 8. Whatever you have as your waist, just go ahead and divide it by 8 to get this line here. So I already have my waist divided by 4 here, which is 7 inches, and I'll divide that by 2 again. And at the end of the day, you see that it still falls under our dart line. So basically, either you divide your bust by waist by 8 to get this, or make sure you have your accurate bust span as your dart leg. I hope you understand. So I have this now, and I'll go ahead and cut off the back neckline because I'll be using this to trace out on for the back first before going to the front. Now I have my fabric on fold, and I'm gonna head to place the pattern on it. Use my pin to secure it. Then I'll go ahead and cut, adding 1/2 inch allowance all around. Remember that this is the back and it's on fold. So I have this now, and then I will go ahead and use this to cut for the front. The only difference is that the front will have opening at the center, and then I'll add 1/2 inch all around, unlike the back, which is cut on fold. I hope you get that. So I'll cut. I'm just basically tracing it out. I will only add 1/2 inch allowance at the center here. And if you notice, I did not slant the shoulder for the back. Please do not do that mistake that I did. I later corrected the mistake. But make sure you cut it now. So slant the shoulder so that it doesn't gape at the shoulder. Now this is what we have. I'll just go ahead and place the pattern back for the front, and then so that I can cut the neckline and then the shoulder. Remember, we are cutting 1/2 inch away as seam allowance, then I slant the shoulder. So that's basically it. That's the front, and the other one the back. Now I'll just go ahead and cut the band. Remember, the length of the band would be 2 inches, and then what I have here now is 4 inches. I have 4 inches wide, so by the time I fold it on both sides, I'll be left with my 2 inches. And then for the length, you can see that I'm using the whole length of the Ankara, and I even went ahead to add half of it again, half of the length, that is 22.5. So I have 45 inches plus 22.5, all for the band. Now the next thing I'll do now is to go ahead and trace all of this that we have here on this Ankara. I'll just go ahead and place it like so, just something like this, and then I'll cut it out. Now I'll quickly say this here. If you're making a reversible dress, peplum, blouse, or anything reversible, why cutting it on the second one? Can you see that instead of cutting it to add extra allowance like this on the second pattern, do like you're trimming the first one. Just cut it like you're trimming the first one. That way you will see that by the time you are done cutting and even joining your dress, one will not be popping out, the other color will not be popping out on the other side. So that's how I'll just go ahead and do it on all of the pattern, using this green to trace out on the red, making sure that none of the colors are popping up on the other side. So it's a simple trick that's been saving me. Instead of adding to the second pattern, just cut it like you're even trimming the first one you already cut out. I'll just go ahead and trace it all out and then cut my flare. I'm using 1080-degree flare. This video would be very long if I should include the tutorial for this flare, so I'll be dropping the video later. It's a 1080 degrees flare, meaning that I have 3 circles, that is 360 into 3. I will drop the video, don't worry. So now that all the pieces are ready, I'll just go ahead and interface all of them with a paper stay. You can choose to use any interface of your choice, but I'm using a paper stay for this one. And of course, after interfacing, I went ahead to trim all of it very neatly like this. That's another great tip. Now what I will do is, for this flare, I'll just go ahead and join the 3. This is the red one, right? So I'll just go ahead and join it this way. I'm indicating it here, and then do the same for the green. And now for the upper part, what you just do is you go ahead and place the same pattern, this green. Just go ahead and place it like you want to close the shoulder. Just go ahead and close the shoulder, not like you want to close the shoulder. Do the same for the red. So just go ahead and join it at the shoulder, just the shoulder yet, using that half-inch you added as joining allowance. And after joining, this is what we have. Can you see that? Make sure that you use the same seam allowance for both. You join it with the same sewing allowance, so that one would not be longer than the other. So what you will do next is to go ahead and place the 2 right side facing right side like so. Make sure that the shoulders are matching up. At this point, let your pin be your lifesaver. Go ahead and pin it all down at the vital area, even at the center, so that it will be very flat. Use your hand to flatten it, then go ahead and pin it together. And after that, go to your sewing machine and stitch the neckline. Then stitch the center front, stitch the sides, just that same way. The only opening will be just the down part. So this is what we have after stitching it. Can you see? And I stitched with that half-inch seam allowance that we added while cutting the fabric. So what you do next is you go ahead and trim all the stitches, all this part that you stitch. You just go ahead and trim it. And if you notice, I notched first before trimming off the excess allowance there. So I'll do the same for all of these parts before we proceed. And after trimming off all the excess allowance, I'll just go ahead and turn it to the right side like so. As you can see, I'm turning from the front to the back. It will be easier like that. That's the only way you can actually turn it. Just turn from the front to the back. You can see that I'm using my scissors to help me turn it like so. And right after turning it to the right side, make sure you use your hand to arrange it properly, and then use a sharp object to poke out the front neckline just to have it smooth. And after that, go to your ironing table and iron it. Another great part in achieving a very neat reversible dress is ironing. Make sure you are ironing it so that one of the colors is not popping out on the other side. Now this is what I have after I've gone ahead to iron it neatly, and you can tell that I did a great job. Can you see the neatness of this? Can you see that? You should have something like this. And this is the peplum, the flare. I'm done with it. Do well to check out this video because it's so detailed. Can you see that wave? So what I'll do next now is to take the band. Now for the band, I intentionally did it this way. One of the folding is bigger than the other one, so the bigger one would be going to the upper part, while the smaller one would be going to the peplum. You will see that just right now. So I'll just go ahead and get the midpoint like so. Fold it to get the midpoint. Do the same for this green one. Fold it into two and get the midpoint. Now I will take the peplum or the flare, fold it into two just to get the midpoint, and after I'm done, I will take the band. Make sure that the green is going to the green, while the red will be going to the red. So that shorter fold, that is the smaller fold of the band, that is where I'm placing on the center to center, and then the red too. You can see that is the shorter or smaller fold that I'm folding here. So it's not compulsory that you fold your band this same way that I did mine. Just go ahead and do you, but make sure you have something neat. So I'll go ahead and place it like that, and then use my pin and pin it all down. After that, I'll just follow the shape that I have from the band fold and join it all the way to the end of this flare. And just when I get to the end of the flare, I will continue stitching it all the way to the down. Now this is what I have after I'm done. Can you see that? And I'm also gonna ahead to stitch the band on both sides. It's simple, right? It's not complicated. Just go ahead and follow the fold that you have there to stitch it. And then on the second stitch, you notice that I stopped where the flare stopped, right? It's not complicated. Just go ahead and follow the fold that you have on your band and then stitch it. When you get to where the flare stops, you will be stopping there. Now just go ahead and trim off all the excess allowance that I have here for the two sides. And after that, I'll use my scissors again to turn this to the right side. It's very simple. Just go ahead and use something pointy to just turn it to the right side like so. It's pretty simple. And then don't forget to poke out the two edges of the band. And now it's time to introduce the upper part. Make sure the green is going to the green. You can decide to stitch down the two, or you just leave it like that. Now go ahead and fold it into two to get the midpoint. It is very important. Fold it into two like this, and then the green again should be going to the green. Now you have the center on both band. Go ahead and place the center of this upper part on the center of the two bands, right? So you are going to place it inside like so. Remember we added ½ inch as stitching allowance. Just go ahead and fold that ½ inch inward and then pin it down. And do not do this mistake I'm doing here. I'm pinning inside like so. I almost forgot the pin inside. Please pin on the outside instead of on the inside. So I'll just go ahead and pin it all down. And then for the front, the stitching of the band already stopped where the upper part, the front, will be going. I hope you understand what I'm trying to explain. You stop stitching the band where the upper part would be starting, right? Just go ahead and place it half inch inward and then pin it down. It's that simple. Pin, pin, pin. And also make sure that you're getting it right on the other side. Do not focus just on the green. Now go ahead and stitch it all down to have something like this. Can you see that? Can you see? And the red one is also very neat. Can you see? I even went ahead to spice it up by using a matching thread. I use red thread under and then green and the upper part. You can choose to use invisible thread to give it that very neat look. And this will be the end of our tutorial. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section and I will see you on my next one. Be good. Bye.
Wanna see you